Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Welcome to the second of the Naxxramas Arena series, continuous play. We got another 45 or so minutes ahead. If you didn't see the last video, you can pretty much see the summary right there. I started a Paladin draft, went to 5 wins, and am cruising either for a bruising or for some glory. The deck has a lot of 2-drops. Could use maybe a little bit more endgame, though it's got a fair amount of 5-drops. And I think there's a 6 in there as well. There's a Stormwind Champion, that's for sure. And a Frost Elemental. Yes, it's all coming back to me now. And I did get lucky. I have to confess, I got a little bit lucky in some of the games, top decking Hammer of Wrath at just the right time. I got an Argent Protector at just the right time once. Overall, though, the card quality of this game, this deck is pretty high. And the opponents have made some pretty odd blunders as well. I think the most notable blunder we've seen so far was when an opponent played an Elven Archer to deal damage to a Harvest Golem, and then left my Sen'jin Shieldmaster with 1 health on a following turn. That really sealed the deal in that particular game. We're up against a 3rd mage, so apparently in the time I've been away, the whole mages, all the time in the arena thing has not ended. But luckily we got a pretty good hand. I mean, there's no answers here to anything. But I've got a Golem, Sen'jin, Smith, Frost Elemental thing going on here. Now the Death Lord, I don't think I really want to play this because the Berserker can just run into the Death Lord and then almost kill him. It will die with the help of the Fire Blast. And while I think the Death Lord's a fine card, I don't really need to give my opponent such an easy kill. Man, this is the second time someone's played an Amani Berserker against me on turn 2. Well, once it was on turn 1 with the coin. It's very unlucky against a as a paladin to be facing against a berserker, especially in the hands of a mage who can enrage it. Luckily here, the mage unlike the last mage who enraged the berserker on turn 2 and then started hitting me for bunches of damage, this mage will not be doing that because, of course, then I could just kill it with my golem. Okay, so he's a pretty good response to this golem situation. It seems like I've been running into that a fair amount today, which is playing non-stop parade of 3 toughness minions in response to 2 power guys. Well, I played the Death Lord here. Seemed worth it as opposed to another golem. Now my opponent is going to actually just take the kill here and get a free minion, which is a Spellbreaker. That's not a bad minion. It's a 4-mana minion. Definitely can't complain about that. My opponent can't. Alright, that was a good sentence. Definitely can complain about that, my opponent can't. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and kill the Farseer. I'd say I'm behind here. Rather notably, I'm not really ahead on cards. My opponent starts the turn with equal cards, but she's got the turn, and she can easily kill this damaged golem off with her hero ability if she wishes, or just play a strong 5-drop. I mean, either way, it's good for her. So that was kind of an annoying start. The Berserker was not a good opening, and getting a Spellbreaker is a bit unlucky, I think, out of the deck, because on average I think the cards are probably not going to be that expensive. Okay, so my opponent cashes out the Spiders, plays the Apprentice, and we're just going to have to, well, got a choice to make. I can play the Spiteful Smith and everything goes to hell if she has a Fireball or Polymorph. I can hedge my bets and play the Golem and my own Spider. Then I don't have as big of a presence, but at least it's a little bit more durable. Let's do this. I want to try to keep something on the board. I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of power for some durability. Plus, if she plays anything really huge, I've got the Frost Elemental to freeze it in its tracks. Just as long as it's not a taunt creature, like a Lord of the Arena or a Sunwalker, I should be fine. Oh, speak of the motherfucking devil. And she has a Sunwalker. She will, it seems, kill off that Golem, which is quite intelligent, because if otherwise I could have used Blessing of Might to kill the Sunwalker, so I have to give her credit for making the right play. Well, I am going to freeze this thing, and I'm going to pop off that Divine Shield, so that my Frost Elemental is ready to lay the killing blow on the Sunwalker next turn, if it, of course, lives to tell about it. Overall, this game has been going pretty shitily, I would say. Man, that secret. Is it another duplicate? Well, I really can't afford to sit around and not kill the Sunwalker, so unless I get some really wacky card. Okay, so we kill it to see if it's a duplicate. It is a duplicate. People really love those duplicates. Now, the good news is that now I can actually just play minions without worrying about Mirror Entity. So I'm going to play the Spiteful Smith. Even though it's not stealthed, I find that it's worth it. It's worth it to have the extra health compared to the Tiger. And now she can kill the Berserker with the Mana Worm, potentially. And use the use the hero ability to kill the Frost Elemental. So there comes the Sunwalker, which is no surprise, of course. We know she has a Sunwalker because she's got 2 of them. Alright, so let's play an Azure Drake to get a card. I could use every one of those that I can get. And Hammer of Wrath I cannot play, unfortunately. I'm a mana shy. Well, this sucks. I hate doing this. But I am going to 2-for-1 myself just to get rid of that Sunwalker. And then I'm going to have to kill another Sunwalker. Also inefficiently. Duplicate. Well, duplicate's a good secret. She's going to actually Flame Strike, so not play a Sunwalker here. Honestly, this game was just kind of idiotic. I don't really think there was anything I could have done to win it. Maybe drafting differently would have allowed me to do it, but as things went, it was just hopeless. So now she still has another Sunwalker in her hand, and she's ahead on cards, and she has the play. So yeah, this is pretty much over. But, you know, it's fine. I won 5 games in a row, had some pretty good strokes of luck in those games. I really can't complain too much about not winning 1 here. She's going to cleverly enrage her Berserker that way. Now what I need is a Consecration. That would actually let me clear the 2 toughness minions, pop the Divine Shield, let the Tiger kill it. I have to reach for that Consecration. Choose of a champion. Well, it's not the greatest thing I could have hoped for. Definitely, it's really just not even close to the greatest thing, but at least it does allow me to kill off that Sunwalker. The main problem, of course, now is that she can get me down to 10 health, which means I'm pretty much dead as long as she has Fireballs and Frostbolts. Even if not, she can use the best 2-drop in the game here to kill off the Tiger. Oh, she's going for my face. That's bad. She's got something. Pyroblast. Well, whatever. It doesn't. I can't even say that was unlucky or anything, or having a Pyroblast. It was just a shit game from the turn 2 Amani Berserker all the way on down the pike. It was a very clever move she had, where she enraged the Berserker, but then healed it with the Farseer, giving her a 2-3 and a 3-3 that I just couldn't answer. So the golems there, the Harvest Golems, really not as impressive as, you know, something like... It looks like my microphone's actually too loud. Let me lower that a bit. Those golems were not as impressive as, like, just simple Grizzly Bears would have been, because the Grizzly Bears would have let me actually kill her drops. Like, imagine if the golem had been a Grizzly Bear, the Amani Berserker would have just died, and then the Farseer would have traded. So that was a case of, you know, where a creature that's on average better, the Harvest Golem, really came up short. That'll happen when the opponent plays an endless cavalcade of 3 toughness minions, and you have a bunch of 2-power minions on the board. As a paladin, that's just a nightmare. Now, as a rogue, a druid, or a mage, where you can ping for the extra damage, that's fine. But when you're a paladin and you don't have that easy damage, you're in a lot more trouble. So, in this hand, you could have actually mulliganed these 2 drops, because you're going to have a turn 1 play the Justice, and then the turn 2, of course, is going to be a 3-3 for 2 mana, which is a deal. And then, you know, the advantage to mulliganing this stuff would have been that I could potentially, like, get more of my 4 drops instead of having a handful of 2s that really starts to get weak. But I decided to keep things more or less on principle. Alright, so we're going to play the 3-3, and the only question is, do I hit this Stoneclaw Totem? I think the answer is yes. Because really, as long as he doesn't get a healing totem, this will help me. I can use the weapon to finish the totem off, and then I've got my 3-3 ready to kill his drop. And if he plays a totem here, again, only a 1 in 3 chance of getting a healing totem, and that means he's not playing a real creature, so that's good for me too. Harvest Golem. Well, I'm glad at least I can kill 1 iteration of the Harvest Golem easily enough. So, yeah, we'll kill off that thing. Kill off this thing. Really wish I didn't have to kill that Taunt Totem. If it had been any other totem, I could have actually used the weapon to kill off the damaged golem here, but that's fine. So now I've got a couple of options. I can play the Protector to protect the Raider. The problem with that is simply that the Protector will die to the damaged golem, which I'm not that thrilled about. So what I'm going to do instead is play Novice Engineer, which will kill the golem, but it draws a card. And I have to actually consider coining into spiders here. I mean, what's the point of saving the coin? I could coin a Frost Elemental on turn 5. No, let's go for the board advantage. Spiders, with the help of this weapon, provide me some decent damage potential. And then next turn I can play the Protector and the Loot Hoarder, so we're just going to flood the board here and hope he doesn't have any Lightning Storms. Even if he does have Lightning Storms, this gave me a card, this is going to respawn, and this will give me a card, so I'm okay with it. Alright, so Earth Shock is a bit annoying here, because that means now this thing is not going to give me any spiders. I actually can't kill this thing anymore either. This is 1, 2, 3 damage total. That's a real bitch, truth be told. Alright, we'll play the Loot Hoarder, and I'll just swing at the face. Hopefully he doesn't have any overload cards. Although if he does have overload cards, this could get real bad real quick. He did go a card down, Earthshocking this thing. And it hasn't died yet. But that card will be small consolation if he can actually overload this thing up to the point beyond which I can actually kill it.
Your magic.
Oh my god, the silence. So I'm robbed of my spiders and I'm robbed of my card. Luckily, at least, he doesn't have any overload. Unluckily, I can't kill both of his minions unless I consecrate. Is it worth it to consecrate? I don't think so. Not against the shaman. I think if he had a Stormforged axe, he would have definitely played it there with this guy out in the field. So I'm going to go ahead and just play the ooze. And a damaged golem. We'll pop the spider and a weapon to kill that. And I'm actually going to hit him in the face. I don't see a reason to throw those guys away at the Spellbreaker. The ooze here will be able to kill the Spellbreaker. Or if he runs the Spellbreaker at one of my 1/1s, I can use the other 1/1 in my weapon to finish it off. Perchance. Now, I do have a 6-drop here. The Elemental is a 5/5, pretty big body, and it'll freeze one of his things. Feral Spirit, that's annoying. So he will be overloaded next turn, which is good. I might have to pop a premature Consecrate, though, here. Yeah. Well, let's see. What's the alternative? I could Frost Elemental, whatever, the Spellbreaker, let's say. No, I could Frost Elemental the 1/1. Use the damaged golem and a 1/1 to kill one of these things, the ooze to kill another, the weapon to kill the Spellbreaker, and then I have a 5/5 out here. That's potentially better than consecrating. Consecrating, I'd throw away my 1/1s, keep a 3/2 and a 2/1. Actually, I like this move. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll consecrate. I'll use my last weapon tick to kill that. I'll use my Honest Engineer. I'll use my 1/1 to kill that. Recruit. Don't really see a reason to use the Argent Protector there because I would have been very vulnerable to Lightning Storm if I had. In one game I threw away, in last video, I threw away an Argent Protector for no reason. Even though I knew thought there would be a Flame Strike coming, I played him anyway, and it was totally pointless. So, I'm trying to be a little bit more safe here. Back-to-back Feral Spirits, definitely intimidating. However, I'm pretty lucky here that he got a Taunt Totem because I can actually kill it. If it had been some other totem, I wouldn't have been able to kill it as easily here. I can just grab it like that. And think, do I want to draw a card and play the Protector? I think that's what I want to do. Or I could just play the Frost Elemental and sit tight. Let's get a card. Hammer of Wrath. Well, I can't do that yet. So play the Protector, kill that thing, pass the turn. So let's see if he's got a Lightning Storm to clear me out here. I have a feeling he doesn't. I feel like he would have played it before if he had it. Then again, maybe he was just trying to tempt me into overextending, in which case he succeeded. He already played 2 rares, though. I mean, you only get so many rares in the arena. He's already played 2 Spirit Wolves. So I don't know. I feel like he probably doesn't have Lightning Storm, and this proves that he leaves himself with 2 mana and no Lightning Storm. Spell damage, which was a little bit intimidating, but altogether, worse things can happen. And here I think I will pop the Hammer of Wrath for some nice card value. So we'll use a 1/1 to kill that, the 1/1 to kill that, 2/1 to kill the totem. Can I kill him? 6/9? No, I can't kill him. Swingity, swangity, swoongity. And yeah, I'll play a golem, just in case he does have Lightning Storm. That'll be a nice resilient creature there. So I've got some big bodies, a pair of 5/5s I can keep on dropping. He's already played a lot of Taunt, 2 Feral Spirits and Ascension. He can only have so much. He wastes, well, not wastes, he uses a Hex on a 4/4, which is good news. He has a second Hex, so he's just dropping the Hexes right before I play my big stuff. Can't really claim credit for that. I wasn't exactly trying to bait out the Hexes, but it did work out pretty well for me here. So I've got these 2 frogs, which are non-trivial at the moment because they can just block off these 1/1s. Can I win? Let's see, we got 5 plus 3 is 8 damage. I don't see a reason to do that. Let's just Frost Elemental to freeze the Divine Shieldy one. Play the Death Lord, which a Shaman can't really benefit from very much, actually. Because a Hex is the Shaman's main removal against big things. And this is 8, and then the Hex will, get rid of the Death Rattle. Priests who can steal this and who can kill it with Shadowward Pain are very good at dealing with these things. Rogues with Assassinate do a pretty good job. Anyway, that was a pretty easy win. He had a bunch of Feral Spirits, but Feral Spirit, while a very strong card, will not, as we just saw, win you the game by itself. Alright, so we're up to 6 wins. This is my first arena back after not playing arena for over a month, but I think I'm playing a pretty good game, and I did a pretty good job drafting. I think also the draft was a good one. There's abundance of good cards. You know, a lot of drafts I've done just feels like you're getting rammed down the throat with junk after junk after junk, and that's not what this draft felt like. It just felt like I, had difficult choices to make among the cards, but I never really felt like I was forced into taking bad things. Weakest card here is probably the Blessing of Might, honestly. Alright, a Hunter, Isaiah Neolt. And so, Mages and Hunters, still the most popular things. I'm going to mulligan the Blessing of Might early on. It doesn't seem like it's likely to come up. I will keep a 2-drop and a 3-drop, though. I got another 2-drop. Well, that's lovely doubly. So I will actually just coin out one of these on turn 1. Man, I feel like I haven't done that in ages. Coin a 2-drop on turn 1. I'm pretty sure I haven't done that in this run. Have I? I don't know. But starting the game with a pair of 2-3s on turn 1 and turn 2 is, about as good as you can hope for. Hunters don't particularly have a good answer to Monty Berserker either. Ah, jeez, do you have something? Bah. So that's annoying. So this Shield Bearer, there's a good and a bad side to this. I mean, on the one hand, gives me the opportunity to gain card advantage if I can just kill this thing. But on the other hand, if he has follow-ups to it, he can take advantage of this thing stopping me from killing his creatures. So now he could play like a 2-2 of some sort, or like a 1-2 or a 2-1, and I can't enrage my Berserker against it. I mentioned again, there's no silence in this deck, but I wasn't offered any in the draft. Paladins have no class cards for silence. So now he's got the Secret Keeper. Clearly he's got some designs upon it. I'm threatening to kill it, but unfortunately if he plays the Secret right now, this will become a 3 toughness minion, and I won't be able to get rid of it. So this Shield Bearer, really did him a lot of good. Oh no, he didn't have a secret. Oh, ouch. So surprised that someone would play like this at the 6 win mark where he's just throwing a Secret Keeper away. Yeah. Cool beans. So okay, I guess I'll just kill that, like that. Enrage my Berserker like so. And then think what to play here. I think the Scarlet Crusader and Golem are very similar cards. They're both durable. I'm going to play the Crusader, and the reason for that is that I just want to have this 3 power. I'm sick of, having 2 power minions on the board when there's a 3 toughness minion in play, so I'm just going to gamble that maybe if you play something with 3 power, I'll be glad I got this Crusader out. He wants an Arcane Shot to kill my Berserker with, does not find it. Wow. Alright, so obviously we'll smack him. Now the question is it overextending to play Violet Teacher? Crusader's not as good against Unleash the Hounds as one of these Golems would have been. Let's see, he plays Buzzard Hounds, draws 4 cards, gets 4 Hounds. This will die, and if he has a Hunter's Mark, the Violet Teacher will die. So it's a little risky, actually, playing the Violet Teacher, or playing anything for that matter. But I am going to play the Violet Teacher. So the thing is, if he doesn't have the Buzzard Hounds combo here, he's just toast. And he really needs both of them. I mean, Hounds by itself is alright, especially if he has a Hunter's Mark, but he doesn't have it. So that was a pretty good multi-shot. It killed my 5 power minion. That definitely buys him a lot of time. But this also tells me he does not possess Hounds, or else he would have definitely played them, which means I can just comfortably get some more card advantage. Pat him in the face. I mean, this is just a game that I won by playing minions. I have not played a single spell, just playing minions, and my minions were a lot better than his minions. Alright, so if that weren't a taunter, I would probably just freeze it with the Frost Elemental. As it is, we'll use our Hammer of Wrath here.
I'm ready to learn.
In the event of Hounds, I'll throw a creature away there. Swingity, swangity, swoongity. Play a Loot Hoarder in case he does have Hounds or something. The Loot Hoarder will give me a card. And now if I get a Consecration or my other Hammer or a True Silver, I will win. Plus he also has to clear up my entire board. And Hunters are not that great at killing boards of high toughness minions. Hounds, of course, is great, but only if you have a bunch of Hunter's Marks to back it up. Tundra Rhino is not going to get her done. No siree, ma'am. Isaiah no, or Isaiah Nealt is dragging things out. Don't see the point. He just didn't. He just had no good cards, really, this guy. I mean, I had a Roaring Fast start, which definitely helped, but he had Shield Bearer, Secret Keeper, and, like, nothing else. He just steady shot at the turn after playing the Secret Keeper. He had nothing. He just had nothing all game, and I had a solid train of minions. I think what he would have needed to have, like, just quality minions that were better than mine. And then because I was relatively light on answers other than that one Hammer of Wrath, I wouldn't have been able to hold up to it. But what happened is he had no removal, and he had no hounds, and my minions were superior to his minions. So he either needed removal, or he needed better minions. Dorfin Garlu, or perhaps Dorfing Arlu. This is not as good of a hand as the last one. As tempting as it is to keep the Violet Teacher, I'm going to mulligan it just because the Argent Protector is not a real 2-drop. If I had a real 2-drop, I might have actually kept the Violet Teacher just because it's such a strong turn 4 play. Well, this is looking a little ugly. I have a 2-3-4 curve, but obviously this is very false because the Protector you're not going to play on turn 2. I mean, the Crusader is good on turn 3, but against a Shaman it's scary. The last Shaman did have an Earth Shock. It got used on a Haunted Creeper. There is, of course... Well, there are, of course, very few greater tragedies in Hearthstone than a Scarlet Crusader getting Earth-Shocked. I mean, I think the only greater one is a Twilight Drake getting Earth-Shocked. Alright, luckily he had no turn 1 play, and I, just in the nick of time, top-decked a good turn 2 play. Observe that it is better to play the Haunted Creeper, I think, here than to recruit. The Reinforce, you know, that's technically card advantage, but I think getting these guys out is a pretty big deal. It disinclines things like Lightning Storm, or... what's it called? Oh my god, Forked Lightning. Oh, jeez, I forgot what it was called. So this is actually a really good minion, because if he times it so that it dies after my spiders pop, then it'll kill off the spiders, and it will actually take down a Scarlet Crusader. He just runs this into the Scarlet Crusader, pops a Divine Shield, it dies, and then everything gets dealt to damage. However, I think it's actually even worse not to play the Scarlet Crusader here, so I'm going to play it. A good option now, better than the best option later. I mean, if I'd made a recruit, he could have just killed the recruit with this thing and played whatever he wanted. This way, at least, you know, he can still play whatever he... Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Yeah, no. Sorry, if I'd played a recruit, this thing would have lived. That's right, this thing would have lived. And then he could have played whatever he wanted. At least this way, this thing will be dead before he plays out whatever his other thing is. And so I'll have less to deal with when I drop my Violet Teacher, etc. He's got the coin, and this is a little bit worrying. There's definitely... Oh, God, what is he doing? Buffing that thing up? Dark Iron Dwarf. Interesting. So what he's doing here actually makes a little bit of sense. He, popped the spiders so that when this thing dies now, my spiders are going to die as well. Well, I don't know if it's going to work out as well for him as he would have liked, because since my spiders are dead anyway, I'm just going to run the spiders into that thing, and he notices that he just made a mistake. Yeah, because now that thing deals the damage to everything, my Divine Shield pops, that however allows my Scarlet Crusader to kill the Dark Iron Dwarf if I want. Now, alternatively, I could play... Okay, I could run this in and play the Violet Teacher, or I could Hammer of Wrath it and keep my Crusader out. I will do this. The Violet Teacher is a better card, and he's already used this coin. If he plays a 4-drop, I won't be able to kill it with Hammer of Wrath, but if he doesn't play a 4-drop, if he plays a 3-drop, most 3-drops will die to the Hammer. I'll get a 1/1, and I'll go up a card. Now, he's got 6 cards at the moment to my 5, soon to be 6, but he's the second player who has used his coin already, and I'm set to use the Hammer of Wrath. Alright, he doesn't give me a hammerable target, he gives me a Fairy Dragon. Almost as if he sees what I have planning. So I got a couple of options here. I could play the Argent Protector to preserve 3 health on the Violet Teacher. And then I can also play the Novice Engineer, or I could play the Spiteful Smith, which is a bigger body, but then the Violet Teacher will go down to 2 health. I'm going to trust my instincts. I think preserving the 3 health... Oh wait, I should have done this first. Oops. God damn it. Always draw cards first, Boris. What's wrong with you? Okay, Loot Hoarder. That wouldn't have changed my play. So we'll kill the Fairy Dragon, keep the health high on this thing, get some more creatures out here. And now I can Hammer of Wrath and Loot Hoarder next turn, or play Spiteful Smith, depending on the circumstances. Alright. Oh, is he going to Lightning Bolt? No, he's going to Zombie Chow. Alright, that's fine. So it's a 2-3 for 1 that heals me for 5, but I haven't taken any damage, so it's pretty much 2-3 for 1 mana, which is good times. So we got a couple of options here. I could Hammer of Wrath the Sen'jin, throw the Protector at it, and then kill the zombie child with my Violet Teacher. I could Hammer of Wrath this thing. Well, yeah, that's the only thing that really makes sense, isn't it? So let's do this. Get a student.
To learn.
Berserker, very nice.
My responsibility.
So I could play the Loot Hoarder, which makes me safer against Lightning Storm, or I could play the Berserker, which if he gets a Lightning Storm and either gets spell damage or 2 lucky coin flips, the Berserker will die. But the Berserker is more beneficial, though. I'll play it safe. I'll play the Loot Hoarder. I've got the advantage now, just card-wise. Like, he's got 5 cards. I have 8. Or, excuse me, 7, soon to be 8. So, why risk it? If he has a Lightning Storm, it's pretty much the only thing I can think of that would really screw me over, so why don't I just play safe? Ah, I wish I'd played the Berserker. Then I could have peace-kept this Fire Elemental. And then Berserker enraged against it. Well, regrets. Still, though, this is not too bad. I think there's a couple of options I could make here. I could use my Peacekeeper, but I'm actually just going to pop my Hammer. Make the most of the situation. Use the Loot Hoarder to kill that off, get another card. And I think here I'm going to play Deathlord. Not only does it use up all my mana, but like I said before, Shamans have a difficult time dealing with these guys because their main removal gets rid of the negative death rattle. Next turn I can get some advantage with the Drake. I can even do that and bring Peacekeep, a big minion of his. Lots of different options here. But he's not so far behind that he can't catch up. He, with the right cards, could definitely catch back up and win this game. I have lost enough games of Hearthstone to know that you really need to be very confident about things in order to be able to say that you're like away or running away with it without a doubt. People can definitely come back, and a Silverhand Knight is a pretty good start to that. So I could Peacekeep the Knight if I wished. Let's draw a card and then decide. Infiltrator, huh? Death indeed. Is it worth it to Peacekeep the Knight? No, I don't think so. I am going to protect my 2/8. I'll play the Infiltrator as well. I'm extending a little bit against the Lightning Storm, but I'll still be fine card-wise, even if he plays Lightning Storm. Not to mention, this guy should survive it. So, we'll take that risk. Yeah, the Silverhand Knight was perfect last turn for him. If he has another good drop this turn, I could actually end up falling into trouble quickly, because while I have maintained card advantage this game, I have not managed to deal any damage to him, so I'm not really close at all to burning him out. Well, that's a pretty good card. So if I hadn't put Divine Shield on it, my guy would have died. Now I got that Stormwind Champion to deal with. Alright, Blessing of Might. Unfortunately, lets me reach up to 5 health, or 5 damage, not 6. Is it still worth it? I could just Peacekeep it, but I really want this thing to die, obviously. I don't just want it to sit around. Yeah, we'll do this. So I'll Blessing of Might, my Infiltrator. Use him and the 1/1 to kill the Stormwind Champion. Everything drops now. Peacekeeper. Yeah, I want to Peacekeep this thing. I want to keep my Drake alive. And I could drop this down to 1 health, or I could just throw my Protector away. Let's be greedy. Let's drop it to 1 health. Let him have his free minion. And I will play the Spiteful Smith. Nice big body. So my goal here is just find a time when he skips a beat, and I can start putting some damage on his face, because that's what I need to do. I'm ahead on cards, way ahead on the board. I just need to get some damage through. Alright, is he going to Lightning Storm here? Oh my god, looks like he's fishing for spell damage. Doesn't find it. He has a Lightning Bolt to grow this thing a little bit. Kill my Azure Drake. Luckily, no Lightning Storm. Thank goodness. And the Healing Totem is immaterial. Alright, Light's Justice is a very good top deck because it allows me... Well, hang on. Once the Spiteful Smith hits this Unbound Elemental, I will actually have a 3-power weapon here, which is really good. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to throw away my guy. Use my Lord to kill the Healing Totem. Use my awesome weapon to kill that. This is like an Assassin's Blade, basically. Finally hit him in the face, and I'm going to play a bunch of guys. I think he would have played Lightning Storm last time if he had it. So my Berserker's Peacekeeper and the Smith should all be a coin flip safe from Lightning Storm. And Lightning Storm is really the only card I'm even remotely afraid of at this point. So Zero Drake, if he has a Lightning Storm after this, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Because then everything will die. Oh, thank God. No Lightning Storm here. Just a Healing Totem. And what else? Nothing. Alright. So let's take a look at the situation here. I have 2, 5, 9, 11, 13, 14, 17 damage I could deal, putting him down to 6 health. It's not worth it. Let's hedge my bets. I'll hit that, kill it, kill the totem, still get a good old pile of damage on. Play my golem, which is safe from Lightning Storm and the recruit, because this is not a hunter, so there's no reason for me not to play that recruit. And now I'm threatening lethal with a big board of creatures, and he didn't have Lightning Storm, but he obviously would have played it if he'd had it. It's worth noting, if he had a Lightning Storm there, he would have won, because the Zero Drake gave him spell damage, and he would have cleared out my entire board. Plus gotten a free minion from the Death Lord. So I guess we kind of went within a hair's breadth of this game. Alright, so he's going to kill the Death Lord with the Rockbiter weapon. Desperation move, of course, taking 2 damage at this stage. He gets Avengeko Mercenary, which is probably not what he was hoping for, because now his minions are all more expensive, and this thing has summoning sickness, so he can't do anything. Oh, that is one of the most comical things I have seen. Yes, indeed. Well played. Doobity bobbity boobity. I thought I had a quest for minions of 5 or more. Do I? That's why I play the Tiger. I wasn't just randomly BMing. Or did I already finish that quest? Okay, I'm sorry. This is going to haunt me now. Do I have that quest? No, I already finished it. Okay. Back over 9,000 gold. Do I have time for another game? I do. We have time for 1 or 2 more games, depending on the game speed. So, pretty nice run to come back to 8 wins with Paladin. I've still got it. Still got some juice in this old ticker. That's right. That's right, I sure do. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeedum. The Battle of Antietam. It is nice playing in the arena when almost all or all of your minions are of high quality and you still have a smattering of cards to respond to the opponent's threats. The Blessing of Might actually was very clutch that game, helping me kill that Stormwind champion. It was like a bad Rockbiter weapon, basically. Alright, so I will keep the Peacekeeper. I'm a big fan of early Peacekeepers. I think they can just do a monstrous job of establishing tempo for you. And the Light's Justice presents itself an interesting choice. I mean, otherwise I would have just coined a Berserker and then played the Ooze. But here I could play the Light's Justice instead, and I'm going to do that. Hunters have a bunch of things like Buzzard, Web Spinner, even just like leftover Hounds, that this Light's Justice could be used against, on top of the fact that it's just a decently useful card overall. Seeing a lot of the Light's Justice in this arena, haven't really drawn my True Silver as many times, or at least it feels like I haven't been killing that many minions with True Silver Champion. I've just like maybe killed 1, and that was in a desperate game that I lost anyway. So Animal Companion, he gets the Leok, which, okay, so the Leok, you know, I can enrage my Berserker against it, but I cannot kill the Leok, because I only have 3 damage. If I'd played the Ooze last turn, I could have killed this. But as it is, that is not to be. So I could Peacekeep the Leok down to 1, which means that this thing will survive with 2 health instead of 1. But that really, yeah, this seems kind of silly. I don't want to use a coin for sure, because I want to coin out one of my 5 drops. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is the following. I will actually just hit the Leok and try to trade it against my Berserker here. And I'll make a recruit. I'm not going to play the Ooze, because the Ooze would have just died to the Leok. And I might still want to bring down an Eaglehorn Bow later on. We'll see. If he had an Eaglehorn Bow, I bet he would have coined it out, though, instead of the Leok. So I probably should have just played the Ooze instead of the 1-1. Well, alright, we'll see what happens. I hope I can coin out one of my 5 drops next turn. I do have a kill for the Leok. I'll Unleash the Hounds. That's an early Hounds. So he just gets 3 1-1s that all have charge for 3 mana, which is, you know, pretty solid as far as things go. Makes an interesting choice going all the way for my face. I don't know if that's correct. I think he should have killed this recruit. As the old saying goes, don't let paladins keep creatures. So here, do I go for the card or do I go for the extra power and toughness? I think actually the extra power and toughness, well, it doesn't really make any sense because the main removal he could have is Deadly Shot. So yes, I do need to get the Drake out. So let's see what card I get. Consecration wouldn't have been bad there, by the way. So we'll kill the Leok first. Take 1 damage from the Hound, kill the other Hound. All things considered, the smoke's cleared. He's got 6 cards to my 6, but I also have the weapon. I'm at 21 health, so pretty soon is getting to the point where against a Hunter, having no healing other than True Silver Champion, I need to start worrying about my health. In fact, I should probably start swinging this at his face because he did get a bunch of damage on me there. Leok plus Hounds on turn 3 and 4, or on turn 2 and 3, I guess, is a lot of damage. Blade Master's not a bad card here. It will kill off my Drake, and he has an Ooze even to kill off my weapon. That's just friggin' delightful. Alright, well, I could Peacekeep here, but I think I'm just going to True Silver Champion it up. This is a little risky, taking 2 net damage to kill that guy off. A little risky for sure. But it's high enough that I think at this point I'm still willing to go for the card advantage. And now, as long as he doesn't have like an incredible amount of burn potential with the charging creatures and whatnot, I should be okay. I can also go Peacekeep. Alright, he's got this guy, which is annoying. I assume he has a spell now. Yep, he's got a spell, so that'll trigger the Pyromancer and kill off my Drake, and I take some more damage. Certainly a nuisance. Alright. As tempting as the Novice Engineer is, I think I want to play 2 minions here rather than 1, so I will check for Snipe with the Crusader. That's not it. Play the Golem next. And yes, I'm taking some damage. I'm taking 1 net damage. So it's risky, especially if this is Explosive Trap and I'm at 14 health. That means he's only going to kill me with 7 steady shots, and plus whatever, any 2 damage he can deal, like arcane shots or whatever, reduces the timer by a turn. I have no healing in this deck. I haven't seen any of my taunt. So if he does manage to have a bunch of charge creatures and otherwise direct burn damage like kill commands, I will lose this game. But if I can get a taunt, and if he doesn't have burn damage, then I should be alright. Especially if this isn't Explosive Trap. This could still be a Freezing Trap and Misdirection or a whole bunch of stuff. No, he has more charging potential. Are you goddamn kidding me? So I really think that's a Freezing Trap, and he's just trying to race me out here. So here's the plan. I'm going to attack first. Let's check for Freezing Trap. It's not Freezing Trap, so it's probably an Explosive Trap. I'll kill this thing off. And I don't see the point of wasting the Frost Elemental, so we'll play the Tiger here. And a Novice Engineer. Oh, why didn't I not play the Novice Engineer first? Always draw cards first. Jesus Christ. Well, anyway. So, Stormwind Champion will unfortunately not prevent these guys from dying to this, which is almost certainly an Explosive Trap, although it could still be a Misdirection. I'm dead very soon. I just need him not to have any more burn. Alright, he's playing nothing, so I think that is an Explosive Trap, and there is nothing I can do about it. Yeah, so we're going to attack into it. In case it's a Misdirection, I'll do the Novice Engineer first. No, it's an Explosive Trap, so I'm dead in 4 turns. Definitely a problem. I need to be precise here. So Stormwind Champion would deal 1, and then the next so 6 damage now and 12 damage next turn. If I played Frost Elemental and Recruit, I would deal 5 damage now and a lot more damage next turn after I play the Stormwind Champion. So I think actually the correct move is to play the Frost Elemental. And actually I'm going to play the Ooze here as well. Just to have as much power as possible. I need to race him out because I'm dead in 4 turns minus, you know, arcane shots, kill commands, and so on. He'll just burn me out. So that Leok on turn 2 that he got with the coin, which seems so innocent. Oh, he got the pig. Are you goddamned kidding me? Well, that's the game. That was idiotic. So I just pretty much got Zerg down by the Hunter. If I'd had life gain or any sort of taunt, I would have been fine. And I do have a decent amount of taunt in this deck. I think. Wow, let's take a look. How much taunt do I actually have? Death Lord, Sen'jin. I guess not that much taunt. Nope, not that much. Just the Death Lord and the Sen'jin. So yeah, that's my problem. He had a really good rush deck. I just didn't realize that's what he was doing. I thought he was playing Unleash the Hounds on turn 3 kind of defensively to clear my stuff. But what he was really doing was just getting a bunch of damage on, because that was like 6 damage to the face. Or I think he used 1 Hound to kill one of my things, and then the rest of it. Yeah, he used 1 Hound to kill my Berserker, and then the rest of it was just like 4 damage to the face. So yeah, that was a problem. I took too much damage from my weapons and didn't have enough taunt, and I kept thinking, well, he's got to be out of stuff, but apparently he was quite dedicated in drafting a rushdown deck and had things like, you know, Animal Companion and Hounds and Argent Commander just to throw at my face all the while. It's so annoying when you lose a game. When you lose a game to someone who had card disadvantage all the way down, just because they rushed you dead. Well, anyway, here up against Kafka, yet another Hunter. Very, very nice name here. I've got a philosophical bent. And again, we have that same decision of playing a 2-drop or playing the Light's Justice. Well, the Light's Justice didn't work out that well for me last time, so we'll play the Berserker this time. And just go for creatures, saving the weapon for later. Ah, that game was annoying. I think I could have won it, like with all the same cards. I think it was winnable. If I'd played the Ooze and gotten that Leok killed, he wouldn't have gotten as many. I would have had fewer creatures, so Hounds wouldn't have worked there. I don't know. I might have been able to win it. Another day, another Leok. This one I can actually deal with. So let's draw cards first for a change. Blessing of Might. Interesting. So we'll play the Harvest Golem instead of the Scarlet Crusader. It's a hard choice. These are both, I think, among the two most premier 3-mana minions. So the reason I played the Golem is it is more durable technically than the Crusader. And I have damage in the form of the Berserker here. If I hadn't had this Berserker all enraged, I would have played the Crusader. Well, now I wish I'd played the Crusader because the Crusader would have been a really good answer to the Raider. I don't want to trade the Berserker in for that. So now that I got this guy, I got a couple of options. What I'm going to do is use the Light's Justice and the Golem, I think, to kill this thing off. Play the Scarlet Crusader down the middle and swing for 5 damage. Explosive Shot wouldn't be great. It would kill my Berserker, pop Divine Shield, and regenerate the Golem. That would be his whole turn. Unleash the Hounds would pop Divine Shield and then kill off these two. Alright, Sludge Belcher. I can't complain too much. Let's play the Protector. Kill that thing off. Let's cash out my Golem, I suppose. Play this thing. Play another Berserker. So yes, I'm being a little bit fast and loose, opening myself up wide to the Hounds, but that's fine. I gotta play this out and try to race him down. Even if he gets Hounds, I could still be able to race him down potentially. Alright, no Hounds, just a humble Rhino. Just a humble Rhino. So, freezing this wouldn't make much sense. I do need to kill it. I could play this, however, just for the 5/5. I think I will do that, actually. So, I'll freeze him, might as well, just in case he has a weapon. Kill the Chunder Rhino, because I don't want his beasts to all charge. And we'll swingity, swangity, swingity, and I'll hit him in the face, because I'm threatening lethal here, actually. I've got a pair of 5-power minions. He really needs the Hounds, preferably a Buzzard and on a Hunter's Mark. He needs all 3 of those cards to just clear out my board, get a bunch of cards, and then I might not be able to rush him down to death. Alright, he's got a Buzzard. He's got a Timberwolf. Is he searching for the Hounds? He doesn't find it. Alright, I guess by the way that he played that, where he played the Buzzard, a Wolf, and then conceded without saying anything after drawing a card, he was pissed that he didn't get Unleash the Hounds. So, 9 wins, not bad. Not bad at all. And whoa, hold on. Sorry. It's time. It's time. That's the time we have for this video. So thanks so much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and/or subscribe if you did. And I'll be back soon with the remainder of this run, and perhaps even the beginning of a new one. I'll see you soon.